Good morning, students. In this video, let us see the energy and power classification of signals. So that here I am giving you the formulas how to calculate the energy of a signal and how to calculate the power of a signal, and some observation points I will tell you. After that, one small table I will tell you. Right. So in this video, let us see the classification energy and power signals. First, a signal is said to be an energy signal if it is satisfying the following condition: 0 less than E less than infinity. Here, E is the energy of the signal x of t. So, if we consider the signal x of t, then E is the energy of the signal x of t and is given by the expression minus infinity to plus infinity magnitude of x of t square dt. This is the energy formula for the given signal x of t if it is a continuous time signal. Whereas if it is a discrete time signal, the energy formula you can take it as a discrete summation from n value minus infinity to plus infinity x of n square for discrete time signal. And second one, a signal is said to be a power signal if it satisfies the condition 0 less than p less than infinity, where p is the power of the signal. We can call power or average power. And power of the signal we can calculate as limit t tending to infinity 1 by 2t minus t2 plus t integration and square of the magnitude of the signal. So the difference between these two signals is this averaging. 1 by 2t averaging. That is why it is also taken as average power. This equation for general any signal x of t, but x of t, once you are confirming that it is a periodic signal, because all periodic signals are power signals. That is why if x of t signals are periodic signal, once if you confirm, then you can slightly modify this expression as p is equal to limit t tending to infinity 1 by t integral minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 x of t magnitude square. So what is the difference between these two expressions? Means simply we are average time duration we are reducing. Here minus t2 plus t 2t time duration. Here minus t by t2 plus t by 2 only 1t time duration. So since time duration is reducing, the number of terms will be reduced for the simplification. So both are giving the same value. But for periodic signals, it will give a faster solution for us. That is why we are using power formula this one for periodic signals. And for general any signal, we are using this formula. But no difference, you will get the same value whatever the signal it may be. Fine. If it is for continuous time version, whereas for discrete version, the power formula is limit n tending to infinity 1 by 2n plus 1 and a discrete summation n value minus n2 plus n x of n magnitude square. So this is what the discrete signal power calculation formula. Right. Now let us see some observation points about this. First point what we have observed about these signals is, here the conditions are energy is finite for energy signal and power is finite for power signals. So first condition is, this is for energy signals, energy is finite, and this is for power signals, that is saying power is finite. So the first observation is All finite time duration signals are energy signals. You can observe that thing. If the signal is finite in time duration, then definitely the signal will be an energy signal. Example, a rectangular function is an energy signal. Later in the future videos, gate practice problems, I have given all the calculations of these signals. Second. Next, all periodic signals are power signals. All periodic signals are power signals. Example, sin omega t, cos omega t. These are periodic signals and those are power signals. But that doesn't mean that signal must be periodic for a power signal. So periodic signal is power signal. But there is no condition that it must be a periodic signal. Because if we take the example u of t, it is non-periodic signal but power signal. Signal is non-periodic but power signal. Here signal is periodic but power signal. So power signal can be either periodic or non-periodic. But all periodic signals must be power signals. Next, the third condition is unbounded signals. If we consider unbounded signals, those are having energy infinity and power also infinity. That is why those signals does not satisfy these conditions. So those considered as neither energy nor power signals. You can observe that all unbounded signals are neither energy nor power signals. What are the examples of unbounded signals means? Ramp function, parabolic function, and exponentially rising function. All these functions are unbounded. Their amplitude goes to infinity. Obviously, the energy and power of those signals goes to infinity. So they are not energy signals and power signals. That is why neither energy nor power signals those are. And one table, if you observe, x of t signal, energy and power, if you consider, if it is energy signal, from the definition energy E should be finite. If x of t is power signal, from this definition P is finite or power is finite. Then the power of energy signal is how much, and energy power of energy signal how much, and energy of power signal how much. If you see, for a power signal energy should be infinity, and for a energy signal power should be 0. That we must remember here. So this table is very important for us. After solving our gate practice problems videos, you can once again verify this table, you will get clear. Thank you.